Hi, my name is Joanna Prater, and I would love to introduce to you today a tool that I'm using every single day because it is so important for us to understand how we are working with our mind. And it's a very simple tool. I have heard of it in 2019 for the first time, and it really has changed all the way along how I see the world. It was like the answer key to some of the most important questions I had in my life. I always felt something is wrong here. Things are just repeating themselves. There are situations I didn't want to find myself in, but still I did again and again. So what's going on here? If things are going well, of course, I don't think about, oh, how did I create that? I'm just taking and enjoying it, right? But in those cases where things are not going really well, and you know there's something you have done to create that, but you don't understand what it was, this tool will help you a lot. So what's that tool? And we call it the pen tool. So it will explain to you an ancient idea about emptiness, if you have heard about that one already before. And I'm going to ask you a few questions that are not trick questions. It's really, I really mean it. And you really try to follow in your mind, what would be the answer? What would I answer to that question? And try to follow the flow, okay? So let's start. At the beginning, I would like to ask you, what is this thing? And I think you would say it's a pen. It's quite obvious. I see a pen too. If a little puppet would come into the room and I would just play with this thing in front of his nose and show it to him, what do you think this puppy would do with this thing? Probably it would chew on it or play with it. For the dog, it's not a pen, it's a chewing toy, right? So, in case both of us leave the room and this thing leaves alone back in the room, what is it then? It's nothing. If no one is in the room, this thing just doesn't have any meaning. It's just a thing laying in the room. And this is the idea of emptiness, that the thing has no existence by itself, it's just a thing. And it depends on the meaning that a person or a living creature is throwing on it, what it becomes. So it's pure potential waiting to become something. So this is the idea of emptiness. It's not that it's nothing, it's a thing. But what it is in detail depends on the one who is seeing it, right? So just imagine I come back in the room and see this thing laying here. What does it become? It becomes a pen. If the dog is faster than me and he's first in the room, what does he see? He sees a chewing toy. So who is right? Which one of us? It's both. Both of us are right. There's two realities existing at the same time in the same room. So if this thing depends on the one who sees it, what would you think? And just, try to make this hand gesture. Do you think it's coming from this side and it's calling, I'm a pen, I'm a pen? Or is it coming this way? You're a pen, you're a pen. Just try to play with these gestures and think about which way is it coming. And your answer most probably is, you're a pen. It's coming from me. It's coming from my mind that I'm going to put like a pen over it, right? So this is a really huge step to acknowledge that the things we see outside, they are just the things that we make it. They are not existing by themselves and not like telling us, I'm this or that. It's us who's doing this. So if you would now think like, okay, I understand, this is the way I create my world. So I can also probably wish that it is something else. Let's try positive thinking, okay? So close your eyes and just imagine and really try hard to now imagine and create like €100 bill, okay? I want this thing that I'm holding to become €100 bill. And I'm really trying hard. It's becoming €100 now. Okay, let's have a look. Still a pen, okay. So it's not working just to wish it. We are forced to see this thing as a pen. We cannot choose. And this is a very important distinction, because this positive thinking and how to create a world, if it really would work only by wishing, no one would be sick in the world. Everyone who is suffering from some sickness has no other wish than to be healthy again, right? So wishing alone doesn't do it. There is something else that's creating it. And the ancient scripture says it's a seed in your mind that you have planted before, which is ripening into a picture. It's growing and ripening into a picture. And then when you close your eyes and you open it and you see this thing, your mind throws a picture over it like chocolate sauce over the ice cream. It's just a layer that you put on. And this is the way you create your world, by the things you have in your mind. How did I put it there? It's very easy. With your thinking, with everything you're saying, and everything that you're doing. So we are creating our future world by what we think, say, and do today. This makes an imprint in our mind, which will then grow there. And with every second, it's 65 seeds that are imprinted in our mind, which are then growing by doubling every 24 hours. This is the reason why any small thing you do can create a very big, nice result, but also a very big, not so nice result. So it is really a thing you have to chew on it, the idea, or as we say, cook it. And I would like to encourage you to think about deeply about this idea, to cook it and to experiment with it, just being aware in your daily life and try to catch yourself. Can it really be that it's coming from me, or do they exist out of there by themselves? Just think about it. It's a nice, how to say, nut to crack. And if you think at this time, oh, that's another weird idea, just don't judge it, put it to your shelf and wait until it's time for you to think about this idea again. And so long, I'm very happy that you were listening to me. It's actually said that we need to hear it 3,000 times to really deepen the idea. So today it's one time less from how many times you have heard it already to the 3,000. And I wish you a really nice day. Thank you. And if you want to know how to use this tool to really create, there's another very cool method called the 4 steps, which I'm going to explain in another video. So have a nice day and see you later.